welcome to the latest edition of the Give My Head podcast. I'm Tim McGarry, joined by my comedy colleagues
Michael McDowell
and Damon Quinn.
We're very delighted to have a super guest. You're the first person we've had back on the show.
I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign.
No, that's a good sign. That's a good sign. We're delighted to say that this episode features the wonderful Andrew Ryan. Before we talk to Andrew, we have to thank our wonderful sponsors, McInerney's Bar, the old Grave Diggers as it used to be, opposite Milltown Cemetery, which hence it got the name, the Grave Diggers. McInerney's. Tell us about McInerney's. You like McInerney's?
Going there from it was way, yes, indeed, yes.
What? Drinking?
McInerney's, yes.
No, McInerney's do not allow underage drinking, just to be very clear. McInerney's is a superb bar with, they have 3 or 4 different bars. They have all sorts of things. They have music in there. They have all sorts of events in there. It's an excellent pub. I thoroughly recommend you go. You've been there a few times.
Oh, God, yes. A Westie, you see, so I've been...
it is the hub of the West.
Yes, it used to be a wee small place.
Yes.
But it's now, of course, much bigger.
It's much bigger. And do they have a beer garden and all that?
Oh, they've got everything.
They've got everything.
Anything you want, they've got it all.
Pool table.
Yeah.
They have a
pool table and a pub.
You need a pool table
I
and a
love
pub.
a pool. When I see a pool table, I'm like, activity.
You don't go for the pub for drinking, do you?
I just want the pool, play a game of pool.
Well, the beer in McInerney's is excellent.
The Guinness apparently is...
The Guinness is superb in McInerney's.
Well, the best in the city, I hear.
Yeah, absolutely is. And McInerney's, we thoroughly recommend you pop into McInerney's anytime you want because there are very friendly people in there. It's an excellent bar, and we're delighted. And thank you very much for your sponsorship, McInerney's. Have you been to McInerney's?
Good. Well, going to a few funerals. McInerney's,
Yeah, that's it. No,
Well, you were going with a girl from Grantchester.
That's true, actually, it was.
Well, Nuala McKeever.
That's right.
Yes,
That's
indeed.
right. So,
Yes,
yeah. We've
for
been there a few
years.
times.
You would have been to McInerney's quite a few
quite
times.
yeah.
So if you're having a sad day at a funeral, pop over to McInerney's.
Would you believe it? The only time I was ever in McInerney's, there was a funeral on downstairs.
There
you go.
It's like the funeral hotspot.
It is a funeral hotspot, but you can go on other days as well. You're feeling in good form.
Much more than that now.
It is much more than that.
There'll be no funerals on a Sunday, though, will there?
No, funerals and pool.
It's an excellent bar. Thoroughly recommended. McInerney's. Give it a shout if you're from the West. Even go if you're not from the West. You're very, very welcome in McInerney's anytime. So thank you, McInerney's, for your continued sponsorship and support. We love you at McInerney's. And as I say, ladies and gentlemen, our special guest, the first man ever to return. We've done about 78 episodes. You're the first person to return. Do you know why?
Because I was available.
You were available. You were downstairs. You're literally
I was
downstairs in
downstairs.
an office downstairs.
Tim was like, we need someone. I'm like, come on, I'll do it.
No, you said, Tim, can I come back on? I have some gigs to promote.
True.
How the heck are you? The last time you were here, you weren't married, and now you're married. Look at that.
Married.
Congratulations, my friend.
You've done it.
6 months now.
Yeah, well done. And I met your lovely wife, and she's a very nice woman, and all going well. You happy?
It's not what I thought it was going to be.
It's not what you thought it
No,
was.
there's a lot more sort of like you realise, this is...
Permanent?
Yeah, there's a bit of a finality to it. Like, I can still get out of it, but like,
Well,
at the moment, it's okay.
Get out of it.
But it's the constant talking.
Oh, no.
Like, she rings me, I'm like, I'll have to answer this now. If I don't answer it, then there's like, why didn't you answer it?
Right. Okay.
No. Do you know what? It's going well so far.
Do the rules change? You think? Did they go?
Do you know what? I do like being married. I must admit. Like, I mean, I do like it. I mean,
Did you tested it out first? Presumably you lived together for a while.
yeah, I lived
to make
together for
sure.
a year and a half.
Right.
I'm not the kind of guy that's like, I'm just going to stay out and come home whenever I want to come home, and then we're married, so she'll have to get over it. You know, that kind of thing.
Right.
I'm not that like I do ask, can I play golf? And she's like, why are you asking me? And I'm like, I don't know. Maybe is it a polite thing to
Is
do?
it respect?
Am I all right? Because if I finish the radio at 10 on a Tuesday, for example, I might go play 9 holes at 11 till 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
I'm like, just let you know, I'm just going to have to play golf 9 holes. Is that all right? She's like, yeah, like go and play. And I'm like, but I'm only asking because I want to be.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
It's that
nice
kind of thing.
and
I just want you to know that, like, I'm just checking in that everything's cool. And but she plays a bit of golf, so it's not too bad.
I heard it was a great wedding by all accounts. Every comedian in the country was there, apart from my invite. Where I can't remember what.
Listen, Tim, I've dealt with this with a lot of people.
No.
Tim, I've 72 first cousins. Only 2 came. I've 19 uncles and aunts. 4 came.
Right.
All right, okay.
I couldn't invite everybody.
You couldn't invite.
I can't. I couldn't do it.
Right.
It was just one of those where it was just like, what do I do? Actually, would you believe it? Like, 2 people aren't speaking to me anymore because of that.
Seriously?
Really?
Yeah.
Because they weren't invited?
weren't
Or because they
invited,
were
yeah.
invited?
No, they weren't. They weren't invited. It was very tricky. Like it was.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I actually thought that was the most stressful thing of the wedding.
Yeah.
Was the
the
picking up
guillotine?
was the
Yeah.
the people like.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You know, if I get invited to a wedding, I'm like, going, really? Surely there was someone else you could have invited instead of me. Like it was quite tough. Like it was quite. And on the day,
How
everyone.
many people
turned-
were at the wedding then?
So we had a cap of only 120, and we actually wrote it down. We actually think we could have got about 210.
Yeah.
So we was.
Was I in the 200s then? Was I or did I even
Tim,
make
this
the
is really.
200s?
Was I invited on just for this? Is this an ambush? Is this a fucking ambush? An atheist ambush? Is this what an atheist ambush is? I'm sorry, but like there was a lot of comedians
No,
who I've worked with
okay.
even more than you
Right.
weren't there.
Right,
Do you know what I
okay.
mean? So
Well,
it's
I'm glad
not
to hear
like
that.
it's
I'm
not
glad-
it's not a personal issue.
No,
It's
no, no,
just-
that's okay.
It was a good wedding. It was great. We karaoke till 3 a.m. It was some crack and. Do you know what? I really enjoyed it, and I remember it
You-
as well.
you enjoyed it,
People
didn't
say it's a long day. People say the day goes really fast. It's quite long.
Well, you
But it's
did your
quite
bit.
long.
You did your bit for United Ireland, like because like you're from Cork and you married a Northern Cork.
I married
Yes.
a Protestant girl.
Yes, I mean
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
you're doing your bit for
Oh,
United
listen,
Ireland. aren't you? I mean,
if people turn around to me and say, "What are you doing for United Ireland?" I go, "I've given her half my assets." Like, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, what more can I do? If anything, they should be taking less off us. They should be giving us stuff back rather than me giving her half the assets. But like, I've got her since I've been with her. She's got her Irish passport.
Right.
Since she's been with me, I brought both her parents, who were Presbyterians, to their first ever Irish rugby match.
Right.
I'm convincing them to get an Irish passport as
Have
well.
they been to Cork yet?
They have been to Cork. Yeah,
Right.
they loved it.
Right.
What else have I
Are you
done?
Cork City or are you Cork
County.
Co-
So I'm
where-
Carrigaline, which is South Cork. So it's
Right.
halfway between Kinsale and the city.
Right.
So I'm like 20 minutes from the city. Another 20 minutes, you're down in Kinsale.
Right.
So I'm like in the middle. I'm kind of, how would you say? I'm like Hollywood to Bangor.
Right.
You know, that kind of thing. Like I'm like the Hollywood of. I'm in that gap. Like you know,
Cork's a good town. Though.
it's a great place, man.
Love
Yeah.
Cork.
I had my stag in Cork as well.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
I didn't get invited to that.
Oh,
But I
Jesus.
heard, no. That's all right. I'm above it. I'm
Dude,
above
can I
it
just
now.
say say something to you, Tim? Can I say something to you? While I was in my stag, we realised while we were in Cork that on the Friday we saw a poster. Colin Murphy was on in Cork that night at City Limits Comedy Club. So we texted him and said, Colin, after your gig, I'm here. And he went, there's absolutely no chance he's going to a fucking stag. So we were in Cork the same weekend with Murphy. We never saw him.
There's a good pub in Cork called Spalpeen Phonic.
Spalpeen Phonic. Yeah,
Do you know
I've
it?
been there. Yeah, I've been
Ah,
there.
it's a good place, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. They do music and comedy as well. In
Right.
Yeah. It's a good
Spalpeen
great spot.
Phonic.
On Spalpeen Phonic.
Well, in the city.
The Gypsy Rover. The Gypsy Rover, isn't it?
Yeah. Have you been to
Yeah.
Cork, Tim?
I have been to Cork City a couple of times filming. I've been to Beal na Blah. We were filming for an episode of The Long and the
Free
Short.
State.
Lost, isn't it? That's
Yeah,
what we got
well,
lost.
The first
Lost
time,
going to
the
Cork.
first time I went to Bill and the Blah, we were trying to find it, and it's like I couldn't
Yeah,
really
it's in
find
the
it.
middle of nowhere,
And
yeah.
it was like this, obviously Bill and the Blah, where Michael Collins got,
Yeah. Shafted.
Shot.
Yes,
you know.
Yes. But I guess to this. It's like a petrol station.
Yeah.
And I thought, I'll go in and I'll ask, and I went in, and before I could say anything, I didn't even say anything, just when I got, he went, it's up there.
yeah. It's one of those. They should have a sign outside going, "Please, no questions about it."
He just went, it's up there.
You know what I mean? It's like there's a bar in Cork called the Brogue, and there was a sign next to the DJ box, and it said, "The DJ will play the Pixies at a time of his choosing." Because everyone goes, "Can you play the Pixies?" Like, you know what I mean? But would you believe it? Would you believe I'm doing a bit of research for a joke in my new tour, which tickets are on sale at the moment, and comedy.com.
Slipped in beautifully there.
So I'm doing a thing about marrying somebody from here. I don't do politics, I know Tim, you're very good at doing that kind of stuff. But I'm doing one particular routine about it. So my wife's grandfather was a member of the Orange Order, was quite senior in the Orange Order, right? And my grandfather went to prison because he was in the RA. And the joke basically is like, and I do this whole thing about, isn't it amazing that two communities can come together because brave men and women made decisions and peace and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, look, my wife isn't any interest. She's never been to a 12th of July. She's no interest in that kind of stuff. And obviously with my side, look, I'm not interested in the IRA. Look, I only do weekends. And I'm like, look, I do it on Zoom because they don't pay travel, And I do it on this, right? But when I researched my grandfather, I actually have it here on my phone. I might show it you. He was in the 5th Brigade, Mullingar, and he went to prison. He was part of the Dundalk jail breakout in 1922.
Oh, right.
Do you remember they were all jailed in Dundalk?
So he's anti-treaty, was he?
He was anti-treaty, yeah. So when I have actually found his records online. Found the records online. I've screenshotted them. So Patrick Ryan was his name. He was locked up in Dundalk prison for a month. The IRA came up to the side of the prison, blew a hole. 100 people got out, and then he got recaptured, and he ended up going to Mountjoy. And when he was in Mountjoy, he fell in love with a woman who was the cook to the prison the chief of the prison, the governor. The governor. And he married her, and that was my granny.
Oh wow!
And they had 13 kids.
Wow!
And I found his thing, and I found the IRA gave him a full pension.
Oh wow!
Imagine getting a pension from the IRA.
Yeah,
Who's your pension paid for? The Ra. Like, you know what I mean? So basically I wanted to tell this joke about my grandfather going to prison for being in Iraq, comparing it to my wife's side of her family, but I didn't want to tell the joke unless it was factually correct.
Right.
Because I didn't want to say that my grandfather went to prison when he didn't go to prison. So I went and researched it and I found out that he did. And then I said it on the radio recently, and loads of people messaged in, my grandfather was one of the 100. And I found out as well that his name is in Dundalk prison on the wall as one of the escapees.
Wow.
And my mum's family are all from Dundalk. So the next time I'm in Dundalk, I'm going to see if I can get up there and get a picture next to his name.
I had a great auntie who was Auntie Treaty as well, and
Yeah.
whose fiance was a guy called Joe McKelvey. He was executed during the
Jesus,
War of Independence. And again, something similar. And again, it was kind of, our family were very respectable, middle class Catholics, and she was a kind of an outlier. And they were, but now that I've done I did similar to yourself, I've done a bit of research, and a lot of people went, "Oh yeah." My auntie actually led a hunger strike in Armagh jail during the Second World War. She was interned during the Second World War. She was a proper anti-treaty, no trouble.
Yeah, well, I would be anti-treaty but pro Michael Collins. That's like saying I like Celtic, but I hate, but I would go and watch Rangers.
Well, that's the thing.
That's Cork people for you,
When we
like.
made the Michael Collins film, I think there was Kevin Costner was was also involved in negotiations to make a film. He didn't ultimately make it, but he famously says, "Yeah, I'm going to do a film about Michael Collins, but I'm not going to do any of that IRA stuff." But it's funny, but when I went to Cork and went to Bale na Blah the first time, there was another bar. I can't remember the name of it, but it was somewhere near that area. And you went into the bar, and there was actually a sign above the bar saying, "Anyone arguing about Michael Collins will be asked to leave." Because they're obviously sick of people ready to kill each other over the treaty. You know, 100 years later.
But you see, the thing is, it's like Cork people. It's kind of like, well, he was shafted, like, because De Valera didn't go over and do the negotiations. You're not going to walk over it during the negotiations to, was it Lloyd George? Was it? And he's going to go, oh yeah, have whatever, have everything, have everything you wanted. What, a full free United Ireland? I am so sorry we haven't thought about this. So he wasn't going to get what De Valera wanted. And then obviously, and listen, so De Valera sent him, why would you send the head of the army? He's not the negotiator. And then he goes over, he comes back, and then obviously then the Civil War happens, you know. So like everyone's a bit like, yeah, like Collins was shafted, De Valera shafted him. He came back and go, look, let's take this because it's a stepping stone to the next thing and we can all come together. Instead, it was a massive civil war. So then it's like, are you De Valera or are you Collins? And then in 2002, the second civil war in Ireland, then are you Mick McCarthy or are you Roy Keane? So then it was another Cork person stabbed in the back. Roy Keane stabbed in the back again.
But then De Valera,
do you know what I mean?
De Valera ultimately agrees to, goes into the Dow, right? And he does the oath for the king.
Yeah.
And he says, I'm going to just say this oath, but I'm going to think something else when I'm saying the oath. You sort of think, Dev, could you not have thought of that maybe
there you
a
go,
couple of years earlier?
I hate to turn this into a history podcast. I hate to turn it, but he didn't actually say it. He wrote it. You don't have to actually verbalize it. You have to write it. But anyway,
He took the oath and thought something else.
He took the oath.
Yeah.
There's a very good programme, long and the short of it, about Michael Collins, which I'd thoroughly recommend.
Yeah, he's a very young man as well when he died. You know,
32,
32.
yeah.
Yeah, it was very young, like, you know. It was a young person's war, that, you know. Like, my grandfather was 18, 19 when he was
We
in
saw his
prison.
hat. We saw his hat when we made the loan shirt, didn't we?
Yeah, the
Michael
hat
Collins
with
hat.
a large hole.
Used to have it like openly on display now. It's all like, "Whoa, don't touch it. You can't."
The reason for that is there's apparently some brain matter attached to the hat. And so
We saw the hat with the bullet hole.
They took it out.
Yeah, did you watch The Wind that Shakes the Barley? Have you seen
Yes.
that? Yeah. Fucking tough going, that film. Like. I showed that to my wife and go, just so you know what happened. Do you know, me and my wife went up to Derry. We went up to Derry and we went and did the Bogside tour, you know?
All right.
And she loved it.
Right.
Like, she was like, I haven't been
Are you
taught.
sure she's a proper?
She was like, I haven't been taught any of this. And the guy that was doing the tour, he was brilliant because I've never been on a tour, and I've done tours in difficult places like Auschwitz and all that, and Paris and like Berlin and the Berlin Wall. I love to do me tours, right? I've never been on a tour where the tour guide has to stop the tour to talk to the residents because everyone knew him. And his name was Noah, so he's going, and this is where the 5th Regiment. So, how are you, Brenda? How are you getting on? How are you getting on? How are the kids? Yeah. And this was where the 5th Regiment, like, you know what I mean? And every time he was doing something about the British Army, I looked at my wife and I went, "You're a lot." You know what I mean? Like, she's laughing about it, like, But no, so I've learned so much more since I've lived up here.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah, I did that tour as well, but it was kind of everywhere. I went, it's similar thing, and then, Doc, can I have a 40 ticket? We're discussing bloody something here,
It's great. Like, I really learned a lot of it.
Yeah. So she hasn't converted you. You see, I do a lot of work with David Troom of the Orange Order, a gentleman, a fine man. We do the long and the short of it, and I'm sure they're dead on. Like, no, but what I'm trying to say is that he's kind of not quite converted me, but he's going, you know what?
But first of all, hold on a second. How
good arguments?
I can't convert. I can't convert. I wouldn't be allowed to join. I'm not allowed to join the Orange Order. So why would I convert me? I'm not allowed to join.
You can't join the Orange Order, obviously not. No.
So then why would he convert me?
No, but convert you to their
way of thinking.
Yeah,
no,
I
have my way of thinking. You're Switzerland. You're fucking both sides.
Come on,
you flip between both.
Like at the United Ireland,
he's a Westie,
People in Cork have nothing to do with us. Sure, they don't care about us.
Listen.
People in Cork have no idea what we do.
I remember last year I was invited down to an 11th of July barbecue at my brother-in-law's.
Yes,
who was in the British Army for years, down towards Newtonards or whatever, Portaferry, one of those areas, right? Yeah. The Arm, as I call it, and terrible roads, and I had a great time. Mm-hmm. They did the bunting up. There was no bonfires or anything, but there was just soup sandwiches and cans of beer and all that.
Yeah, bit of crack.
And not one person spoke about what the event was about. It was all football, rugby, normal life, pissed off about the roads, and it was all the usual shite. Where are you going on holiday? And I just went, "That's grand." Yeah, so that's no problem. I mean, when I was chased out of the house, it was a bit annoying, but like, so I don't care. Like, I'll make jokes about it. Like, I did a gig recently to the 999 emergencies services, and there was quite a few senior MLAs there. Right. Emma Little Pengelly, Deputy First Minister, Joint First Minister. Yeah. Ian Paisley Jr. This was last week. Mike Nesbitt. Mike's good crack. I know Mike a few times. Deputy Chief Constable Bobby Singleton. So they're all there. But I made jokes about both sides, like. Yeah. So I said, have you got any shinners in? There was no shinners in. Of course they're not here. They're out saving the world, promising you everything, and they'll give you fucking nothing. I was doing all this. Then the DUP were in, and I basically kind of finished the show with just all the emergency services are here. Thank you so much for all your service. You do great work. Delighted to announce tonight that Emma Litton Pelgeni is launching tomorrow that there's going to be a 50% salary increase to all emergency service workers backdated to 2008, and it's going to be funded through the MLA salary increase that was announced last week. I just went, good night, thank you. I was looking at Pelgeni and going, fucking deal with that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so then Paisley Jr. they're all laughing, but I did jokes about living over in this side of Belfast and like my wife being. Now I only did one or two. I don't tend to lean on it too much. Yeah, right?
Don't steal our material.
No, I don't tend to lean on it. I do a couple of quick kind of like, here's a couple of, this is my background up here with my wife. Here's one or two gags. We're done. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I'm not going to lean on it. Like, but, and then I got a phone call off the organizer on Friday. And I went, oh no. Because Bobby Singleton was in. Bobby's a nice fella, like he's good crack, and I accused him of sending nudes to Michelle O'Neill. But he came up to me and he was like, "Loved that," And like they're all. Yeah. The thing is, when you're a 1-to-1 with people who may be politically against you, some of the nicest people, like
absolutely
dead on, like absolutely great crack. Like I have great time for Mike Nesbitt. Yeah. I think he's a gentleman. And I've been in his company so many times. Yeah. And we chat about the rugby, we chat about this. And I think to myself, I'm trying to get an American visa. And I go, now I know a few people who are MLAs that can tap up the American, they can act sponsors for me. Wouldn't it be great now to get the DUP to sponsor me to get into America? Like, you know what I mean? Like, how my life has turned out, like, do you know what I mean? So like, I think I'm grand with all of it.
Yeah, I think
it's grand.
Yeah, one of the best gigs I ever had was in an Orange Hole in North Belfast.
I'd love to be booked for one.
No, I did a gig there a few years ago, and
the
opening gag was I'm the only person in this room who technically can't be king, but
yeah.
But they'd love people like to have jokes told about
great
themselves.
Crack, man. No bother at all. Like. I don't care. But no, they were a good crowd and good people, like, you know. So like, I really enjoy it.
You're supposed to be out in Dubai at the minute, or about to go to Dubai.
Well,
and
so
Donald Trump's put a stop to that.
And listen, you know, there's more problems in the world than me not going out to Dubai to do gigs to Irish people. So listen, I hope everyone's all right out there, but I'm furious. No, listen, so there's.
They never think these people do. They
never think of that knock-on effect it has on me. No, listen, it's terrible.
Look,
I
it's
don't.
awful what's going on, but
You know, I don't really know how to solve any of these, like, you know, Middle Eastern stuff and what's going on, and like, you know, I don't really know. You know, obviously, a lot of comedians, we would go out there and do shows to the Irish, and I'd be doing gigs to Cork heads and fellas from Dublin and Belfast, and
is that the audience out there? There's Irish,
British, yeah, and they, like, you know, they're all out there, whatever they are, teachers, engineers, out there for 3 or 4 years trying to make a bit of money or whatever, and you know, you go out and you do them and you stay in a nice hotel and you're like, fucking, this is all right. And then after about 6 or 7 days, you're going, I fucking hate this place. It's so
right?
fake. And then
I've never been. Is it like...
And then after you come home after 6 months, you go, Jesus, what am I being back out there again? Like, it's such a. And then people say to me like, yeah, but it's so bad. They treat people really bad. I'm like, well, you're going to America next week. They lift you off the fucking street if you're a different colour. Like, you know what I mean? And put you in a detention centre to see if you've got the correct papers, which reminds me of Germany. Like, you know what I mean? So like, I mean, I don't know. Like, I mean, then people are messaging you on phones about it, and you're going, that phone was probably built by a child in fucking China. Like, I mean, where is the moral?
Yeah.
Where do you stop? You know, I'm one of these guys. Like, I have my ideas, and like, you know, I do stuff for countries that have been affected by war and stuff like that. And then when this broke out, I was just like, going, I'm not going. But then the promoter was like, well, you might be able to come on. I said, even if it's fine, I'm still not going.
Yeah.
Because it's just happened. Like, I'm not gonna go. Like,
Yeah.
even if you said to me like everything it only lasted 48 hours. But you know what? I'm going to give it maybe 2 years until it properly. I'm not taking any risks. I'm not going to. You know what I mean? It's just not cool. You know. So, like,
So what made you want to be a comedian then? What was the word of that?
Lack of parenting really, and attention as a child and the youngest person of 4, and my father was an alcoholic. But yeah, other than that, life's been pretty solid really. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, how deep do you want to go? Like, you know,
always a good start to your comedy career.
Yeah, I mean, there's no comedian I've ever met that's unaffected. Like, we are. I think you will meet in any industry, I suppose. Like, you will meet some of the nicest people in comedy, and you'll also meet some really people who probably shouldn't be doing comedy.
Billy Connolly had a horrible childhood.
Do you know what? I had a good. Do you know what? Do you know what's really strange? It's kind of. I don't really talk about it that much, and I kind of, because I have to kind of like respect my brothers and sisters, because, you know, I think they're quite private. Like, but my brother did say something to me recently, and he said to me, we did have a tough. My brother, first time my brother ever said anything to me about our childhood, like, we never wanted for anything, because like we were sent to a good school, went to the Christian Brothers. We went on summer holidays when we were like from the age of like 13 and 14. We got like a summer holiday every year. We used to go to Ballyheigue in Kerry, and then when we were like 14, 15, we would go to mobile homes in like France. So we started to get like summer holidays when we were like teenagers. It was brilliant. And don't get me wrong, like there was always food on the table, and, you know, we were sent to school and we always had clothes and all that. But I didn't kind of notice, like, my dad stopped drinking when I was 4, you know, and like he hasn't drank since. My mum's passed on, but like my parents had 4 kids. When my dad was my age, he had 4 kids, and he rented a house. Really? And it wasn't until I was 12, and I'm the youngest, that they were able to buy a house. And they bought like a house, right? That's still the house that my mum lived in up until she died. My dad still lives there. And so when I look back on it now, so many things shouldn't have happened. Yeah. But were very normal at the time. But now as you get older and you become independent, and you see my sister with her kids and my brother with his kids, and you think, fucking hell, it's tough. Like it was.
Yeah.
And my brother actually said it to me for the first time ever. He said, you know, it was shit, wasn't it? And I went, yeah, it was. But still very normal. But, do you know?
But there's this cliche about there's this cliche about comedians, you know, being, you know, sad clowns and misery in their life and all of that. Do you exploit any of that stuff? Or
I don't talk. I don't talk about my childhood.
No, you don't talk about it.
No, like there was a lot of.
There's not lots of humour in it.
No, I don't go into it. There was a lot of tension, like,
right.
You know, a lot of tension with my parents. You know, domestic violence and stuff, and you know, stuff like that. It's complicated, you know.
Right,
Like
okay.
it's complicated to talk about. I don't want to say, oh, poor me. Do you know what I mean? Like I was sent to school, I got educated, I was taught about work. You know, did I feel safe? Yeah, I did. But ultimately, like, you know, what something is normal, isn't normal for someone else.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So so, and I think the key thing, like, I'll be honest with you, I have a big issue at the moment with my. This is quite a strange one. Like, this is quite a strange one. So, like, when I was about 17, 18, I used to stick my hand down my throat and get sick, right? Because I used to be obsessed with my weight. And when I was like 25, 26, I used to run marathons. Because I always wanted to be skinny. I remember my mum pulling me up one day and she said, "You're too skinny. Like, you're too skinny." And I was like, right, okay. And then when I found comedy, I put a bit of weight on because I was out late. I was having pints. And I was eating chicken and chips at fucking 1 a.m.
Yeah.
You know, so my whole life had gone to comedy. And so instead of getting up in the morning, going running, I was now staying out late having pints. So my kind of body kind of changed a bit, like. And it wasn't until like a few years ago, during the pandemic, just after my mum died, I started to put my hand down my mouth again.
Oh, well.
And I only did it for a bit. And I stopped it very quickly the second time. I must admit I did stop it very quickly. And I figured out the link. Why? So why would there be a link of me doing that from a young age? So why would it happen again? And the reason being is because I've always wanted to be the opposite of my father, and my dad was quite a big man.
Right. Oh.
So anytime I would put weight on, I think I was becoming him.
Right.
See the link?
You want to be the opposite.
So I want to
of
say
him.
I want to be the opposite of him. Like.
So do you have a good relationship with him?
I haven't spoken to my father for 6 years since the day my mum died. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
speak to my father. I have no relationship with him.
That's difficult.
It's very difficult, yeah, but I'm not the only one
Do
that's
your
made that
other-
decision. Like,
Do your brothers and sisters?
no,
No.
I have
Well,
one brother that kind of checks up on him, yeah, but that's none of my business. What anyone else?
Wow.
It's none of my business how anyone has a relationship with anyone. I
Right.
would never tell anyone who to talk to, who not to talk to. Like.
This took quite a serious turn. But,
It did, yeah, but like,
no,
what
I
I'm
don't
saying
mean
is-
I'm
but
not
what I'm
being
saying is,
facetious.
you know,
but-
no, like, what I'm saying is, like, as the older I'm getting, the more I'm kind of understanding. I think,
Yeah.
do you know what? Since I've got married, and since I've got married, I'm very conscious about being married and making sure, because you know, my mom didn't have it easy. Do you know what I
Right.
mean? So I'm trying to be, as I said to you earlier in the pod about ringing my wife and going, "I'm going to nip out there and do 9 holes."
Yeah.
I'm trying to make sure my wife feels like I'm trying to be the opposite of my dad. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
I'm trying to
Okay.
provide probably too much safety.
Right.
I'm probably overcompensating.
Right.
Do you see what I mean? So in the show that I'm writing at the moment, I kind of talk a little bit about that.
Right.
But I don't go into too much depth because everyone has their own issue. Everyone has their own. Every
Yeah.
family's different. Everyone has a different dynamic with their family. I know people that have grown up with 2 parents, fucking on paper, beautiful, to communicate brilliantly. They work hard. Their parents have a great relationship. Everything's great. They're arseholes. They're entitled arseholes.
But that's a problem. That is a big
Do you see my point?
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Yeah,
Whereas I
absolutely.
see someone, I go, "What? You come from a broken home? This guy's great crack."
Yeah.
To see my point?
Yes.
Well, I didn't come from a broken home. You know what I mean? I did come from a very good home. My mom was amazing, and we got everything we wanted. But it's just because you have that doesn't mean it's about tension. I think to me it's tension. Do you know what I mean? And like, you know, my brother was the first person to actually say it to me. It really kind of went, "Oh, maybe people are starting to talk about it now." Do you know what I mean? Because we have nieces and nephews who are being brought up very differently. Do you know what I
Right.
mean?
Well, if this is crossing a line, just say. But are you and your wife intending to have children? Do
Yes.
you like to be a father? Would you think you would?
Yeah.
would you like to be a father and think you would do it?
we're trying, Tim.
Right. Sorry, I don't need the
We're
details.
trying,
But
we're trying.
do you need to rush
We're
off or
trying.
anything?
No. We're trying. Yeah, I think I'd like.
You
to
want to be a father?
I'd love to be a dad. Yeah, but my wife's 10 years younger than me, right? So like,
Right.
I've got a bit more leeway. But like I'm like, she's fine. It's because she's younger than me. There's plenty of time, if you know what I mean.
Right.
When women have challenges, if you know what I'm
Right.
saying. Like,
Yeah.
So I'm a bit like, yeah, I would like to be a father, but like, there's also a bit like, obviously, if you have kids, you know, people say, what was I scared about?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm tired. I'll learn. It's a new thing. Your life changes 100%. Nothing's ever the same again. Life isn't about you anymore. Blah 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 blah. I've heard it so many fucking times. Your life isn't your own. Your life isn't your own.
Yeah.
I go, I get it. Like, it's tough, but would I like to do it? Yeah, I would. Yeah,
Yeah.
probably I would. Yeah, I think it would probably be good for me, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Sometimes it'll be good, but Julie's very good for me because I feel very settled. And the jokes I'm doing, the show's called Honest Capacity. It's about being honest. Like, this is my actual life now. So like, I was born in Athlone in County Westmeath. Moved to Cork when I was 4. Spent 18
Are you
years
not
in
pure
Cork.
Cork then?
No,
The
well,
parents Cork?
I moved when I was 4. I mean,
The
like,
parents pure Cork.
no. My dad's
right.
from Westmeath and my mum's from County Loud. But they
The
moved.
Corkonians go, you're not Cork.
Well, no. And if they did, I would be angry about it.
Right, okay.
But yeah, so my dad wasn't born in Cork. My mum wasn't born in Cork. They moved to Cork for work.
If you played hurling, could you play for Cork or?
Yeah, my
You don't have
parents.
to be born in them.
Do you know what, Tim? I'm from Cork, right? And, I'm only joking. Well, are you Irish or British? Let's figure that out. No. I understand. I get it, right? I get it, right?
But you're Cork, yeah.
I that's all I know is Cork.
Right.
So I'm from Cork, right? So that's all I know is Cork, right? It's like an episode of Who Do You Think You Are? Who do you think you are? So, like, what was the question?
I can't remember. I diverted you there. From
Oh yeah, so my
before
dad,
after.
mum and dad aren't from Cork.
Right.
But we classes, like I follow Cork hurling, I follow Cork City and Cove Ramblers football teams. People say to me, where are you from? Cork. Where do you live? Belfast.
Right.
That's what I am, right? So so from there, so grew up. I can't remember the question. What was the question? What was
I can't
the
remember the question. I can't. Hey, was it- what brought you to Belfast then? Was it comedy? Was it love of a good woman? Was it action?
Oh yeah,
Was
no, it was like a woman, yeah, but it was a different woman.
yeah,
Yeah, that didn't work out. So yeah, but the question about having kids.
And was she a northerner as well?
No, she was a southerner.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes, the question was about having kids. The original
Yeah, so the
question,
kids, like, so the things with kids. But I don't know. So the show's called Honest Capacity. It's about me being honest with myself. So, for example, when I left Cork, this year is the year I've lived most of my life outside of Cork than I've lived in Cork.
Right.
This is the turning point of the year, you see.
okay.
Because I did 16 years in London, in England, Manchester and London. And then I've done 5 years here. So that's 21 years outside of Cork.
Right.
And I did 20 years in Cork.
Right.
If you know what I mean.
So you're more.
And in 4 years, and yeah, so this is the flip. This is the year it kind of flips. I've spent more time of my life outside of Cork than I did in Cork, minus the 4 years in Westmeath,
Right.
if you know what I mean. And I thought to myself, I've got to be honest with myself, will I ever return to Cork? Like, you know what I mean? But then I realise, well, I'm very settled here and I'm very happy here and I'm married here and I'm very comfortable here and I love my life here. And then I always thought to myself, like, imagine your life, you think to yourself, I needed to be married to a Protestant from the north and live in a British area for me to actually be truly happy. How fucked up was my childhood when this was this was the thing that had to be. I have to be so far from my own fucking childhood to actually be happy. I have to be the other end of the island in a different community, married to a woman from a different community, to feel actual happiness.
Now, if you weren't a comedian, say you weren't a comedian, what
Yeah.
would you want to be?
I'll probably work in crime.
Right?
No, not a criminal, like solving crime. Yeah, I did a little business diploma in forensic psychology when I was 20.
Forensic
Psychology, yeah. So I've always wanted to be that guy. Remember a TV show Cracker?
Yes.
Yes, I do.
Robert Coltrane used to kick the door open, bottle of gin, fag. She's dead. Close the perimeter. It was the boyfriend, you know, like it was like this romantic idea of crime, you know. And would you believe it? I got to meet the chief constable here, John Boucher.
Yeah.
And he told me he was the guy that set up the TV show 24 Hours in Police Custody on Channel 4.
Did he?
Because it was Bedfordshire Police. That's where he was the chief of Bedfordshire. And he was the guy that brought them in. And he just also told me that they've done 6 weeks with Stephen Nolan following the PSNI around.
Yeah.
Because basically what they're saying is like, all you're hearing on the news is the PSNI is terrible.
Yeah.
Actually, we need to show the ordinary person we're practically mental health officer because there isn't other services available or resources available. So our hands are getting tied all the time. So we need to show people like, because
What we
I
actually
learned
do.
so much in 24 Hours in Police Custody from when you arrest somebody, how you interview them, the strategy of the interview, the presenting of evidence, how you have to go by the book and all this kind of stuff. And I actually went, there's a lot more to than just going out and lifting somebody. You know, you have to be, beyond reasonable, that you have to have everything right.
It's a really good show.
It's a brilliant. It's one of the best TV shows, and it makes you understand law and procedure.
I
And
can't wait to see the new series with Andrew Windsor Mountbatten.
Oh yeah! Can you imagine if that? Do you know what I always thought? Like, can you imagine going into work that morning? Someone goes, "I have a job for you."
Yes.
Who we picking up this morning?
Another
A drug
junkie?
dealer? Oh no! You're going into Norfolk to pick up Andrew Van Windsor, and you're going to be like, "The fuck?" You know what I mean? Like, you're like going, "Great," you know what I mean? So I think I would have worked in crime. I don't know what I don't know, maybe like a forensic investigator or something. But I also like aviation.
Right.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? So probably I did air traffic control exams and I failed them, so I can't land
You
planes.
what? You did air traffic control exams?
Yeah, during lockdown. Yeah, level 1 and level 2. Yeah, with NATS. Yeah, I did it.
You can just do it.
You do it online. Yeah, I failed the level 2, and then you go to interview. You go to practice. You go to face to face. Then level 3.
So what does that entail? Like,
How do you fail air traffic control?
Problem solving, speed, and all that.
Oh, you
All right.
crash a couple of
Solving
planes.
problems fast and diagrams and questions, and I got them. I
Well.
was just like lost them. 2 planes are coming in at the same time. You have to be calm and give out the correct information at the right time for maneuver. I just panic. Fucking. It's like fucking 9/11 all over again. Like. Do you know what I mean? But then again, if you work here, it's only 1 plane an hour. Like. There's nothing on the runway, like, so just come in, like, you know. So I would have had, but the thing is, yeah, you got to understand is that, like, I've varied interests and stuff.
You have you have many strings to
I've
your
many
bow.
strings to my bow because I never went to 3rd level and I failed my leaving cert. So, like, when I was 18, I had to be creative with stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I had to come up with ideas that I wanted and stuff.
See, I thought you were going to say your ambition would be a golfer or a court curler. You
No,
love golf.
you got to understand. Like, I played a bit of hurling when I was young, but unless you're at a certain level of skill at a certain age, you
You
have
just
to
realised,
stop. Like,
yeah, you
it's
realised.
too vital. It's too. I played Gaelic football
hard.
when I lived in England. I played for St Lawrence's in England. Like, that was more of a social thing, just to kind of meet lads, because I was, didn't know a lot of people. Like, and then I was like, oh, these lads are taking this a bit too fucking seriously. Like I was just like, oh, we train 4 nights a week. I was like, lads, I was only doing this for the crack. Like,
Yeah.
it's fucking an Irish GA team in England. Like, the GAA aren't taking us seriously in Dublin. Like,
Yeah.
this is a piss up team. Like, this is 5-a-side. This is Sunday morning. Like, and then they were all a bit too militant. Like,
We had Peter Canavan
you know what I mean?
in
They're
last.
obsessive, like, you know.
We had Peter Canavan in the last.
Yeah,
episode.
Peter's a lovely man.
He is a lovely man.
I loved his
He-
comments on RTE about the alliance and
Yeah,
Palestine.
yeah,
and all that,
he's,
the links to
taking a
Israel and
stand on
stuff,
that, yeah.
I love people who take principled stands. I don't have the backbone for that. But like, I don't, because I would get too anxious about
You,
the
Oscar Wilde have loads of principles. Who was that to have loads of principles if you don't like them of other ones?
No, but what I do is, like, I often repost stuff that I'm in, like Palestine, and raise money, and I give money every month to UNICEF for the children of Palestine and all that. And I do all the gigs, as we do.
Yeah.
Like, we turn up and we do the gigs for raise money for Palestine. We do raise money for a homelessness charity or whatever. We do. I'm hosting a golf day here in May to raise money for a CC Animal Sanctuary. I'm the ambassador for a CC Animals.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to raise like £10,000 to help, because they don't get any government funding and stuff. So, but there's only so much you can do. Like, do you know what I mean? There's fucking crisis everywhere in the world. I mean, like, what can you do? So it's like, what do I do? Do I dedicate my life to causes? Or no, I try and help in the practical ways that I can,
Yeah,
and hopefully that is enough to be done.
Pick your
I don't
charities,
go
yeah.
on a Saturday morning and stand outside a fucking city hall and roar and shouting at people on the street. Like, maybe I do it in a different way.
Yeah.
That's what I do. Like,
Yeah.
so I have my views.
Q Radio every morning. That's tough work, isn't it?
That's grand.
Is it 5 days a week you do that?
I do 4.
4.
Because I normally go to London at the weekend and to do gigs. I was in London there on Saturday, like
Right.
doing 2 shows, and I came back Sunday morning. So I will, I love doing it. It's great crack. You walk in and you
Yeah, it's
just
good
chatting
fun.
on. It's passive,
Yeah.
like radio.
It's
It's
nice
on in
and
the
easy.
background. It's a lot of fun. People are great. You wind the people up. You have a bit of crack with them. And it's really good fun, I really enjoy it. Like,
But
and also
comedians
done
are-
at 10 o'clock,
But comedians are night owls normally, and you don't like getting up early in the morning. I don't like getting up.
But you know
before
what,
10
Tim? This is the way I look at it. I've no kids. It's 4 hours. If I'm tired, so be it.
Right. Okay.
Like, no, but in my head, like, if I'm tired, so be it. I'm just tired. Come home, have a sleep for an hour. I've no kids. If my circumstances change, isn't it great to be able to do that? The fact that they offered it to me, they approached me. There's
Right.
people out there that would bite your arm off to be on a show like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why would I not want to do it? In my head, it's like, there will come a day when the phone doesn't ring.
Yeah.
There will come a day when there's the next batch of comics are coming up.
Yeah.
And so
Oh, tell
I've
me
no
about it.
reason. I've no reason.
We
not,
hate that.
I know, but like I've no reason not to do it. Like I'm going to be at home anyway. It's 10 minutes in the car.
Yeah.
It's done at 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's a lot of fun, and I'm very grateful for it. And there will be a day when they'll tap me on the shoulder and they'll go, because radio, you don't stay long.
Yeah.
Like, it's not.
How long have you been doing that?
I have 3 years now. I'm doing it. So, but there will be a tap on the shoulder where they'll be like, Andrew, fuck off back to Cork. Like, you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Like, you're done.
But no, you see,
To be the next person coming
Invented
in,
to
like-
leave.
Yeah, you were like,
you
"Do you
see,
know,
no,
we're
no.
going in a different direction.
But you're only in your 40s, you see. We're
Early 40s.
We're early 60s. We're still on tour as we speak, doing Give Me a Headpiece live. By the way, tickets still available for the Grand Opera House, 24th to 27th of March.
But Tim, I would love to be in your position.
You would
I would
love to be
love
in-
to be in my 60s doing something I love.
Yeah.
And you're going on tour with a show you love and stand up and you sell out and you're brilliant and you're incredibly talented and the show is an incredible success. Isn't it amazing to be able to rock up to a theatre and go, I've been doing this for how many years and it's still a buzz? That's, you'll never, if you love doing it,
Yeah.
I worry that I would get to your age and I don't have work.
Yeah.
That's what I keep saying.
It's brilliant.
And when you look out of the curtain and there's 3 people in the audience, that's the time to stop. You know?
And when that happens, it may happen, it may happen on this tour for me. Like,
Yes, when there's hundreds of people, why would you not do it?
but you know, the way I look at it, right? The way, like, people say, "Oh, you're an optimist." No, I'm a right arsehole about a lot of things. Like,
Yeah.
but when it comes to work, like this kind of work that we do, you have to think to yourself, if my say, for example, someone says to me, Andrew, Saturday night there's a play on in the Opera House, whatever the play is called, right? I'm like, I can't be a fucking arse now. I have to get up, shower, organise transport, get dressed, maybe a taxi. It's cold normally, especially up here. Go in, get me seat, the hassle, fucking people in front of me annoying me, eating crisps and playing on their phone. To watch this fucking show, then I have to get home because I have to be up early. Taxis, WhatsApp groups. Are they other people coming with us as well? Are they late? Where are we meeting? Are we going for food? The hassle just to put your arse on that seat.
Yeah.
And if people come to my shows or come to your shows or whatever you do, the fact that they get into a car on a Friday or a Thursday or a Sunday, wherever it is, drive into a theatre, pay parking, pay for a babysitter, spend money in a hotel, spend money in a restaurant, the fact that they're willing to put themselves in that seat for that 2 hours or whatever that is, I really can't complain.
Yeah.
No.
Because
No,
the
we-
effort they've done. But also, you got to understand, it's like, when you go to Coleraine or Ballymena to do your shows, you guys, not only are you putting a show on, but you are making massive contributions to the local economy. The taxis that are going to be used that night, the bars that are going to make money before the show and after the show, the local restaurants where people are going in, we're going to see the show at 8, we have a table booked at 6:15.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's not just the show you're putting on. You're actually helping out so many people in the supply chain around that as well when you do shows. And I always say to comedians is like, I can't, I don't know. I go, think about it. What you're doing is positive.
Oh, yeah.
Positive for yourself because you're doing something you like, positive for the community, positive for the venues, and positive by giving people laughter,
And
which releases endorphins.
that's why you and never complain about people wanting to talk to you or wanting to get photographs. Or they're paying your
No.
wages.
I go into
they're
Q
paying
radio.
your
I
wages,
go into
literally.
Q radio in the morning, and I go into Q radio in the morning, and I see fellas in high vis jackets at 5:30,
Yeah.
That's true.
and they're digging a fucking road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think to myself, what am I complaining about?
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's when you say to me like, so be it.
Plus-
if I'm tired, I'm tired. I
Plus,
could be, you
we're-
know what I mean?
We're very grateful to our audience. Plus, also you get praise that other people just don't get. People come, but presume come up to you and go, "You were hilarious last night," or
Yeah.
"I saw your show. You were brilliant." People
I always-
don't get
I-
that. Cops don't get that. Social workers don't get that. They don't get people going,
Well, would you
well done.
you're so spot on. And would you believe it? I had an incident last year, and I'm still mortified over that. Right? I went to a concert in Belfast, and apparently, this is what I was told. I was at a bar, and I turned around, and I had drinks in me, or I didn't have drink. I can't remember because I had plenty of drinks
Right.
in me already.
Well,
Right?
you were refreshed.
I was. How would you say? I was having a fucking good time, right? And apparently, 2 lads came up to me, and I was walking, and one of them was like, "Oh, Andrew Ryan," and I was like, "Oh, you do, man? You're all right. You're good. You're good. You're good." And that got back to me that this was an Ulster rugby player, and he was from Cork, and he apparently went into the Ulster rugby and said, "Oh, I met that Andrew Ryan guy. He's a bit of an arsehole."
Oh.
So I found this out, and I was like, "What? Was I an arsehole? Fuck, you know, was I being rude? Was I in a rush? Like, you know, sometimes you don't know, right?" So I found out through one of the Ian Henderson, the rugby player, told a friend of a friend, and they told me, and I went, "No." So I said, I'd send a voice, mate, to every fucking Ulster rugby player I knew. I said, "Can you just pass on my apologies there? I must have been very drunk. I'm in no way, I apologise, like if I came across rude." I was mortified by it.
Yeah.
Now, I can't remember the actual incident,
Right.
but I knew that I was well on.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know when you're well on, maybe your wits go out a little bit. Like, but if someone ever comes up to me and says hello to me and stuff, you know, as you do, you guys will get it. You know, with all the stuff you do, I'll always be, oh, thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. Now, don't get me wrong, you get fucking pricks as well who start grabbing you. And like, one fella pulled my hair once.
Yeah.
I said, mate, fuck off. Why are you pulling my hair? Who goes up to someone and pulls their hair? Like, I think in that case, I have a fair.
I don't have that problem.
You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? But the guy, apparently, this guy, I was rude to him at the Kingfisher concert at Customer Square, and I'm still mortified by it. And there's a day where I hope I meet him again. I'm like, can we just have 2 minutes?
What did I say?
And you know what? I probably think I did come across rude, but I
Right.
didn't mean to.
Yeah.
There was a big crowd there. You know, I think, I don't know, did I have drinks? I was trying to rush back with the
Remember,
drinks.
we just
you know
being
what I mean?
brusque, but you didn't insult them or anything, did you?
No, but I think he took. But then again, you kind of go, you know, he could have told 50 people about that,
Yeah.
and then people go, don't mind him, he's a prick, you know?
Yeah. The only thing that's slightly
No,
annoying
like-
about people when they ask for selfies is they don't know how to work their own fucking phone.
Yeah.
And they take forever to go, all right, can I have a selfie? You go, yeah, no problem. They go, oh, look, there's a wee email here. Oh, then
Yeah,
they go,
yeah.
they go, how do you work that there? Can you
Well,
work
I don't
that
know how to work my own phone, so
And
I'm
sh-
not
yeah,
gonna-
that's the only slightly annoying thing.
But if they're willing to give you 2 hours of their night, you can give them 20 seconds.
well, exactly. No.
You know what I mean? No, don't get me wrong. Like I've been in places where like I've been rushing for something, or somebody at the airport security. Would you believe it? Customs in Belfast International pulled me in because your man wanted to have a chat to me about my gigs. So I was going through Belfast International, you know, waiting for the bag to come out, got the bag, chuck the belt back on, you know, tying the belt up, put the bag, just the officers, you know, they stand there, they're just loving a look, you know. I walk up, can I ask you where you're travelling to? And I went, London. And what are you doing in London? I was like, hopefully, I said, no. He goes, I was going to Portugal. He goes, where are you heading to? And I went, Portugal. And what are you going over there for? And I went, less rain. And then he just went, can I just say, big fan of your comedy? I'm not going, is this why you fucking saw me? Surely that's against the law, isn't it? I was like, oh, mate, what the fuck?
I once got us all pulled in. We were in an airport back in the days of the Troubles.
Yeah.
We were over.
got us
in London.
arrested.
Yeah, and you had to fill in like a boarding pass thing. You had to say purpose of visit, and I wrote friendly. And, we were like young then, so I mean we could have been, you know,
Cheeky
but yeah,
bastards.
the three of us got pulled off the plane.
Not actually. Me and you got pulled off the plane with this girl, and she was cracking up. She was an English girl, and she was going, "What's going on? What's going on? What's going on?" And we were going, we're just Irish." She said, "So I'm not." And then the pilot apparently comes on, and I said, "Sorry about that."
I was on the plane. They'd been taken off the plane. He said, "Very sorry, ladies and gentlemen. There's been a delay. There's two gentlemen are being arrested under the Prevention of Terrorism Act." The next thing, a guy walks down the plane, taps me in the shoulder, and said, "You off?" in front of 150
What year was this?
people.
It was the
Early
year of
90s.
the first Gulf War.
It's
So,
91.
I had written friendly. Oh, because I wrote friendly on it.
So you
I
missed
was
the flight.
taken off a
What was the
plane.
flight?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, no.
We had to go out and identify our cases and take them off and all this kind of shit.
And what were they questioning? How long were you questioned for?
I was. They were released before me. I was questioned.
You were taken
and they-
away?
they taken
You were
away.
taken
They
away in a
went
van?
through- They went through. I was going to say my phone, my address book, because that's I had an address. book.
1991.
And they-
Yeah.
They went away and then they came back and said, "Do you know an Andrew Ryan in Donegal?" I've never heard of Andrew Ryan in Donegal. And then they went away again, and then they decided it was all right and left me. But what they did, they leave you sitting for an hour while you go, "Have I done something?"
Yeah. In your head.
Did
you're
I
like,
accidentally join the rad? There was a night I was pissed, and I was with Andrew Ryan.
Did I do weekends
He
on
was
Zoom
rookie
for them?
Rugby player. Did I join them?
Yeah.
And it does freak you out.
It does,
'cause you're
but
left, you go,
that's the tactic, you see.
Yeah, keep you sitting there.
That's one thing you've learned from investigations is that you let them within their own thoughts. And what happens is when they get in their own thoughts, they end up messing up their own story.
Yeah.
And people who are liars talk too much
right.
and they overcompensate.
Right.
So they try to hide their tracks more. So if I did nothing wrong and you said to me, "Where were you at 2:00 yesterday?" I go, "At home." But if I did do something wrong and you said to me, "Where were you 2:00 yesterday?" "Well, yesterday, 2:00, right, okay." So I remember being in the sitting room watching a football.
Cornflakes for my breakfast.
But I've nothing to hide. I go,
Yes.
"I was at home."
Yeah.
I've done to hide, so why would I? See, it's a deflection. People who tell you what they are normally are hiding something.
Yeah.
No, I'm a really nice guy. Why are you trying to force that upon me?
Yeah.
I'll be the judge whether you're a nice guy over time, as long as I know you. Like.
But if you watch 24 Hours in Police Custody, you know that anybody who doesn't answer the questions and just goes, "No comment," guilty.
Yeah. Well, anybody whose face is shown at the time is guilty, because if they're innocent, their face won't be shown.
Of course.
Once they're found guilty, they can show their face because it's on public record. So you turn around and go, "We will guilty one! We will guilty one!" You know what I mean?
It's a great series. I didn't know John Boucher. I'll have to get him.
He
on.
sorted it.
We'll have to-
Yeah, Boucher. I had a lovely chat with the man.
Yeah, no, I
met him at
did
something.
I did
It
a
was
gig
nice.
for him as well. And do you know bizarrely, he's a Derby County fan.
Yeah, a lot of the English follow weird teams, don't they? But I was chatting away to him at the end of it. Because I was saying, he was saying something to me. I said, "Anyway, John, that's just a bit of guidance and advice there for you, all right?" Because that's what the police say, you know. Give people guidance, bit of guidance and advice there. You know? He just looked at me and I went, but he had close protection with him, you know, the close protection, 24/7.
Yeah.
Close protection.
Yeah.
I asked him a question. I said, if you wanted to go to Dublin for a bit of shopping with your wife, he goes, "Oh, because I'm bringing close protection who've got guns, so it has to be cleared by the Irish Gardaí,
Right,
and
so
it
you
has
can
to be." So he said, if I want to go to Dublin, if I even go over the border into Dundalk, he said, I can't do it because he has close protection. You can't bring guns in from another country, as they say.
Right.
You know what I mean?
We saw
Can't go to the rugger or anything.
We were in the BBC. I was in the BBC, and they had Ronnie Flanagan in doing an interview. He had the two guys on. Still, how
Still.
long is he going?
Ex-chief constable.
Ex-chief
yeah.
constable.
He still has two
Two guys on.
boring job, close protection. Like.
Yeah.
Boring. I had a friend of mine, Garrett, Stuart, Scottish guy, who's playing golf round the golf in Spain somewhere. And he's playing. He noticed there was a guy in front of him, and he had two other guys with him. And it was an older gentleman, and there was two other guys, but the two other guys weren't playing golf.
Yeah.
This guy was.
Yeah.
But eventually, it was in Spain or something like that, and he catches up with him. And he thought that the guy was saying, "Oh, just play through, you know, better than older guy." And he says to him, he says, "Oh," he says, "look, if you want to play the last 3 holes with me, just play the last 3 holes with me." So he's like, "Yeah, okay with that." So he gets up to the next tee anyway. And he just says to the guy, he says, "Who are they?" And he goes, "Oh," he says, "it's the former Prime Minister of Australia."
Right.
He was maybe from the 90s or something.
Right.
Some
Still
form.
got-
He still had the close protection, yeah, and he was obviously on holiday in Spain, and he asked to bring close protection. It was one of these. It was a former leader of some. I
Right.
think it was Australia, but his man was like, "Oh," and he said he was dead. He was in his late 70s or something and he's like, "Yeah, just chatting away to him, shook hands, and then close protection." Like, "Yeah, right," but it must be like tough
You
gig
have that
that, like
forever?
just walking around with someone that's probably of no threat to anyone.
Yeah,
No,
you
Do you know what I
have
mean?
But you never
Would Jerry Adams have close protection? Would he?
I think he.
Would he though?
He has his own security. I think. So
Would Jeffrey Donaldson have close protection now?
No.
Now would he? Because he was the first minister, wasn't he?
At the time of this broadcast, he is innocent until proven guilty, so he probably
would, yeah.
does.
Yeah.
Probably does.
Still has
I
close
would
protection,
think,
wouldn't he?
I would think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. No, just curious. But if he became a convicted criminal, would he have close protection in prison?
Well-
you can't fit 4 lads into a one cell, can you? Like, if he was convicted, he is innocent. But if he was convicted,
if he was convicted, that's an interesting legal point. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he comes out of jail and
if he does
afterwards-
get convicted, he's an innocent man.
He's
until
an
proven
innocent
guilty.
man until that case goes to court.
Interesting, isn't it?
Yes. Andrew, you're a man whose conversation veers in many different directions.
Do you know what? Do you know what? My
they
wife
do
said
that-
the exact same thing about
I
me.
take that,
She goes,
as a compliment.
She says,
yeah.
"I can't cope with you sometimes." And I'm like, "What? What do you call can't cope with?" Oh, look, a bird.
Yes, but
And I
you-
don't have ADHD. I'm perfectly grand. I'm fine. Like,
but you do have spreadsheets for your sports and all of that.
I do. Oh, but just I stayed up late last night to watch Lowry throw it away in America, Shane,
All right,
and I
sorry.
watched the Alliance Football League was on at Man United at the weekend. I've only 4 sports, and it's timed very organised. You know?
Yes, you told us last
Wednesday
time,
night
yeah.
now I'm going to the pub to watch Man United again, and because I was supposed to be in Dubai, so I'm going to go out and have a drink.
Yeah. And the tour is all over Northern Ireland and the south of Ireland and the United Kingdom and
Yes,
beyond.
and Europe as well.
Europe
so I'm
as
going,
well.
going across to Europe, yeah. So
There's a lot of guys from here doing gigs across Europe now. Is there a big market out
massive,
there?
man. Because the Netherlands is very popular. So Rotterdam, Utrecht, Amsterdam.
And is that because you're highly educated and speak perfect English?
Well, a lot of them,
or is it a lot of
they have great
expats?
English, obviously, in Europe anyway.
Yeah.
And a lot of them watch Netflix, and obviously stand-up is very popular on Netflix. So stand-up has grown across Europe as a form because people are watching it.
Right.
Because they have Netflix. And they realize, so comedy in Europe is growing rapidly. So you have Dutch comedians now, Belgian comedians now, they're all trying it, you know. So comedy clubs are being set up. And so, like, for example, I'm going to be going to do, now I haven't, it's being programmed at the moment, so it's going to be tagged on within the tour. So like in the north here now, obviously I'm doing Derry, Strabane and Portrush and Newry, Downpatrick. Like people, like I'm doing Newry and Downpatrick, and then people go have a go at you, then go, can't believe you're not coming to Newcastle. Like, just drive to fucking Downpatrick.
Not that far. Yeah.
do you know what I mean? Or people will mess you and go, when are you coming to Portrush? I just did the last 2 nights.
Yeah.
It's been advertised everywhere. I just did it. Any London dates? Look at the poster. It says London. Like,
So how many dates you doing?
at the moment, I think I've got 35,
All right.
but I've gone up in size and venue as well.
All right.
But I've also doing 20. I'm doing 17. I'm doing the Edinburgh Festival.
Right.
I'm doing the Edinburgh Festival for 20 nights, 19 nights. Then I do 35, and then I have another batch of dates to be released for Europe.
Right.
And then I'm also organising Australia.
Right. All right. And does your wife follow you and go with you to the gigs, or has she
No.
seen the first few and going? Ah,
No. What she'll do
I've
is
seen that.
she'll come to the ones that has a nice hotel
yeah. I was about-
and is a weekend.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
She'll come to the waterfront.
Right.
She'll just come to the waterfront. She might come to the Millennium.
You doing the
Fo-
waterfront?
I'm doing the waterfront.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cool. Cool.
So I'm down to the last 100 tickets.
Excellent.
So I'm delighted with that. And then she'll come to maybe Cork
Right.
because she gets a chance to be in Cork for the weekend with my family and stuff. But she doesn't come to a lot.
Right.
And I like that about her because she's like, in her head, she's like, yeah, it's your job. Just go and do your job.
Yeah.
And she's not one. She's one of these people like, oh, my husband's a comedian. Like she rarely even mentions it. Like.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh, where are you tonight?" I'm doing. All right, okay. And she goes, "No, Andrew's working." She's on the phone to her sister. She said, "No, he's working tonight."
Yeah.
And it's work like.
Not he's.
She's her own career. She makes signage stationery, wedding signage stationery, and all that kind of stuff. So she's building her business there, doing that kind of stuff. So basically, like, she'll come to like if I go to Europe and they did Amsterdam on a Thursday, Rotterdam on a Friday, Saturday I was in Brussels. She wouldn't come at all because that's 4 flights, 3 different hotels.
Sure.
And she's like, just go and do your work because by the time you arrive, you can't check in till 3. You need to go and do sound check. It's not fun. It's not fun. You know yourself. It's not
No,
fun.
it's
Like,
Do you have to change the act, do you, for the European audience?
yeah, like I have to change my act for Irish audiences when I go in because I cannot do anything about Northern Ireland and England. Like,
Yeah.
not a
It's not
clue.
It's not
Not
going to fly.
interested.
Not a fucking clue about
Not
this.
interested.
I did a joke in London on Saturday night about the North. Tumbleweed.
Yeah.
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 Not a fucking clue, man.
No idea.
And then they go, people here go, but we're part of the UK, and it goes, yeah, but I don't think they fucking
Nope.
even know you are part of the fucking UK.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So don't get me started on that.
Right.
But my point is that when I go to Europe, do you know what? You kind of do. You kind of have to be. You can't really do anything regional. It's
No.
quite general.
Right.
Yes.
But I got a great tip recently about comedy. Like, you know, if you talk about family, life, health, relationships, something, what you get on a tarot card, you can be a comedian all over the world.
Yeah.
Because every person, no matter what language they speak, have family, relationships. But I think my comedy now is starting to look in rather than
Right.
look out. It's not. It's gone. It's my comedy's more about towards me now rather than towards.
Yeah. And in Australia, it'd be different as well. I mean, your audience is different there too.
Yeah, but also as well as some places you go to you've never been before, you can whip out some of the old gags as well. Like, you know.
We would
First
never
time
do that.
seeing me. So
We would
it's your
never
first
do
time
that.
seeing me, so it's the first time you're gonna get away. You know what I mean? I've done this joke 3 times in Belfast. I can't do it. Sydney, give me a chair if you've seen me before. Nobody. Fucking result.
Oh no!
So the
that's
World
dreadful.
Cup in 2002, eh? What was all that about?
Have you been to see Saipan yet?
No, I won't. I can't revisit the trauma.
Oh, I really enjoyed it.
No, I
Very
can't.
good,
Is
very
it good?
It is.
I'll
good.
eventually see it, but I don't go to the cinema. I stopped
It's a-
going to the cinema in 2017. I haven't been for 9 years.
You're not a weird man.
I
What do you
haven't
mean
been to
you
the
don't
cinema
go to
for
the
9
cinema
years.
9 years.
A couple
right?
of things in my life I don't do.
Right.
I don't build IKEA furniture anymore.
Right. Okay.
I haven't been to the cinema since 2017. I
Right.
refuse to go to the cinema for the rest of my
Why?
life. Other people.
All right. Okay.
I don't go to libraries anymore.
Libraries.
Yeah,
What are
because if you expect somebody to behave in a certain way in an environment, so if you go to a library, it's quiet, please. You have to be quiet, and they talk, can't go. If you go to the cinema, want to watch a film, and want to focus on the film, characters of the film, want to focus on the story development, all I'm hearing is crisps, phone, people talking. I don't trust you. I cannot trust people to behave in public anymore in a respectable manner, right? Secondly, in some of my shows on my tour, this is true, and I hope people don't mind me saying it, you're not allowed to bring in sweets. You're not allowed to buy Pringles.
Really?
Yeah, there's a ban on some events. So when you arrive, they go, "Oh, can I get a packet of Maltesers?" You're like, "No." I go, "Why is that?"
Really?
I won't. I can't allow it. The noise grates me.
We should introduce
I had somebody come to one of my tour shows, sat on the front row, and opened the fucking full foot-long Subway sandwich. Oh, sorry for doing the show. I'm doing a bit about my mum dying. Is that okay? Is that a nice ham sandwich for you, like? Plan your fucking day better, man. I appreciate you bought a ticket, but I have to be nice because I have to be grateful that you're fucking here ruining my night. Anyway, I also, what else don't I do? There's one other thing I've stopped doing now recently. It's bugging me. It's a new one. It's pissing people off as well. The cinema I don't go to. Cinemas, libraries. I don't join queues to. I don't join a queue to get on a plane anymore. I always go on last.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Why are you
I
queuing?
do that.
Why are you queuing for?
Yeah, I don't understand
Why are
that.
you queuing for?
Like, I mean, there's a big
You have
queue.
your seat. What are you queuing for?
Yeah, so why you exactly? I
I'm not
don't
going to leave without you.
Just wait.
I never understood that. I just wait
Yeah.
until they're.
It's
Then, come
fucking,
on.
the seat's going to go under the bag. Fuck off. What am I get on when I get on?
Yeah,
not
it
my
says
problem,
what
like.
you got your
Grumpy
number.
old man.
I'm not grumpy. I'm not grumpy. I'm very positive, man. Very
Well,
positive.
you don't
man.
like people in your
No, it's just-
cinemas.
It's just the way people get on. I'm like, people seem to lack a bit of self-cop on, you know? A bit of
Andrew,
cop on, isn't it? Like, just a bit of cop on. Like.
ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Rand, go and see his new show.
How have I come across now?
You
Have
have
I come
come
across
across
all right?
not at all weird.
I'm a nice. I think I'm all
Not
right.
at all
like.
weird. Even
I'm
though
not
on the-
weird, Tim.
Even on the blame game, though, you did say
Tim, I
that
did
you had
well.
to go to health workers.
No, that was a joke. That
I know it was a joke.
That landed incorrectly. But like, I did say they should work a bit harder. But that was a joke.
It was very funny. It
Yeah,
was
but
very
and listen, thanks for having me on the Blame Game as well,
No.
because I'm not a short, topical, jokey person, and the guys that do it are very skillful. I'm not a short, topical, jokey
You were
guy.
very good. Look
But
it
I
up.
thought I did okay.
You did. You did
And I
very
think
well.
I'd get better if I did it again,
So
if I knew someone
Go
would
and
get
see
me.
Andrew Rand. Go and see Andrew Rand. What's the name of the show again?
The show's called Honest Capacity,
Honest
and it's touring
Capacity.
all over the north.
Right.
There's tickets available. Thank you so much. If you like
You
what I do,
would,
and if you don't like what I do, recommend my show to your evil enemies.
And come and see Give Me Headpiece
Yes.
live, which is still on tour. Tickets available for the Grand Opera House, I think, the last week in March. I think most
You're
of the
coming
tickets
into
around
me.
the country.
You're coming in to promote it on our show on the radio.
I am coming in to see
Yeah,
you.
you
Thank
are,
you very
yeah.
much. Really appreciate it, Andrew Rand. If you don't like comedy or you're not interested in Andrew Rand or Give Me Head, go to McInerney's for a pint. I would thoroughly recommend McInerney's. Have a couple of pints.
And when you're in
Watch
McInerney's,
the
you can
football.
put on Give My Headpiece on YouTube and watch it there and be
could.
doubly angry.
Thank you very much to Andrew Rand. Thanks a million to our sponsors, McInerney's Bar, West Belfast. Give them a shout if you're up in that end of town. Andrew Rand, best of luck with your tour.
Oh,
my
thanks
friend,
very much.
and we will
Thanks for
see
having
you
me on. I
again.
really always enjoy coming on here.
Thank you very much. Thank you.